Welcome back to the Gridiron Goons. I'm your host, Brandon. I'm with the preacher.
What up?
I'm with Sean O'Mac.
What up?
First things first. I'm the realist. We don't do that shit around here. Anyway, shirts. If you're on YouTube, we got the colors on the G's now, baby. These things go hard.
I do.
I like them.
Yeah. Any colors for your team, you message a Craft Jar. Like I said, we are partnering with them. They are going to be taking care of everything. Her name is Chelsea. She is awesome. She will make you exactly what you want. You can customize any colors on the G's you want. The choices are endless. Anyway, look her up. The Craft Jar 2.0 on Facebook. Message her directly if you want one. They're $20. Now, welcome to week 14. Wait.
Huh?
What?
Sorry, all the injuries had me thinking we were at the end of the season. Week 4, I'm sorry. Preacher, we're gonna backtrack and go through almost every major injury there is because there's so many it's hard to keep track of. And at this current moment, it is derailing certain teams like my Buccaneers. It is creating surprising heroes like in your case.
Yeah.
This is wild. This is end season shit happening week 3.
I guess before we get into this, is this a question because we don't play preseason football like we used to play preseason football?
I don't
Everyone
know.
sits out.
Because everyone plays one series and they only play one series like once. And then they sit out the whole rest of the preseason. And they don't do a whole lot in the training camp. It's kind of soft workouts. So they're not injuring themselves during training camp. But do we need to either one of two things? Rip the Band-Aid off and go no preseason whatsoever. And just let injuries fly in week 1 like we've seen week 1 show injuries. Or do we need to actually start requiring the stars to start playing more?
I don't know because you're scared to get them hurt in the preseason. But then when you don't play them in the preseason, this is what happens.
Right?
I think a lot of it's a side effect of not playing enough in the preseason.
I think
That's
you're not
what
training hard enough.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah. You're not training hard enough. You're not playing hard enough in the preseason. And, of course, these are all... You're now running at full speed all game long. Of course you're going to have bumps and bruises. Of course you're going to have pulled muscles, strained muscles. You haven't been using them like you should. I don't know. But this list that we're about to get into is nuts.
Yeah, so I broke down the first 4 players we're going to talk about. When they come back, if they come back, they need Guardian caps on their helmet. So concussion protocol, Tua, of course, still in concussion protocol. Don't know how long that's going to be. I think he's going to come back, but I think Tua is 1 concussion away from being done for his career.
Yes.
Trey McBride, which he is expected to return in week 4, as of reportings as of today, was expected to return, but that always could change. Good old Brian Branch.
The man that hit McBride.
Yes. And then Devonta Smith entered the concussion protocol for Sunday's game.
He got wild.
Wow.
Can we talk about Brian Branch for a second?
Yes.
That dude made the hit to a man that's 70 pounds heavier than him, 4 inches taller than him. No fear. Bang. That dude was asleep before he hit the ground. That dude.
Well,
Oh my God. At least Tua was throwing gang signs. That dude was in a coma.
At least he sold out for the play. That's all
Good
you can
Lord.
see. I mean, honestly, I'd rather give him $38 million a year because he sold out for the play than give Jamar Chase 38.
no.
Never mind.
Here we go.
Anyhow, Adam Thielen still got hammy issues. October 27th is his projected return time. Nick Chubb started the year IR, expected October 6th, so week 5, so 2 more weeks on that one. Jordan Love, questionable week to week. There was reports that he could have played last week with a knee brace, but they went with...
he didn't.
Exactly.
I think that was a smart choice.
I think it's a smart choice just to let him rest, and you know what? We'll get him back when he's fully healthy. Tank Dell is questionable with a rib injury.
Oh.
Evan Ingram's hammy should be ready to go on Sunday, but obviously can change throughout the week. Let's go Isaiah Pacheco
Yeah,
with
he had
his
surgery.
fibula.
Yeah.
October 20th at the earliest, October 20th. Hollywood Brown, January 5th, so...
Postseason.
Yep. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his injury issues, hopefully October 7th is kind of week 5 was what their target was, but
Yeah.
honestly, that could be later. Let's go Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. So Cooper Kupp with the ankle injury, expected to come back next week. Puka's PCL injury, October 20th, at least October 20th.
Good Lord.
Jordan Addison, he's expected to play.
Oh,
This week, is he?
Expected.
if so, that means Jalen Naylor. If he's on your team, trade him now.
But, that always can change throughout the week during practice. Sam Darnold, I felt like we had to at least conclude this. Had a bruised bone in this past game on Sunday. Is still expected to play on Sunday against the Packers. Let's stop for a second. Sam Darnold, I think Sam Darnold realized after J.J. McCarthy went down that this was his team to take a hold of, and he's done very, very well.
Yes, he has.
This season. Kendre Miller.
Come on back
Kendre Miller, hammy, October 7th.
Yep.
There's your favorite hamstring injury.
I told you I don't mess with him.
So then we have Hawkinson, who we all knew going into the season.
Yep.
Jonathan Brooks going into the season. We look at Raheem Mostert had issues, should be back, but still questionable. And then I want to get to a certain team.
Ooh.
Because this team has seemed to have the injury bug for the whole entire offense. And that would be the whole in San Francisco 49er offense. Take it away, Sean, because you're the resident 49er fan. What do we...
I wish I knew what was going on, but literally the whole offense. I mean, the whole team.
Yeah.
It's getting bad. Like, I don't know what they're putting in the water up there.
They need to put some steroids in it.
Yeah, something, man.
Getting
Antibiotics.
Strength and
Like,
conditioning coach. I don't know. And now Brock's banged up. He's questionable.
what, did he breathe? Did he cough?
He's-
Like,
Yeah,
what happened?
Something with his back, man.
I mean, he's way too early to sleep the wrong way and have back issues. You know?
Ayuk still looking like dog shit. All that money.
Debo.
Couple more weeks.
Debo, Kittle.
CMC.
Dude, it's unreal.
And we just put Javon Hargrave. He's out for the rest of the year.
Good Lord. I didn't know about that one either.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's,
guys
it's,
suck.
it's not good.
Are you hoping at this point that San Francisco just ships the season away, or is this? I know we're only 3 weeks in the year, but is this a sell the rest of the season and tank and get a top 5 pick for next year? Or
It's trending. I know some people may look at it and say it's trending that way, but me, I'm not ready to jump ship yet.
I think it is still too early to jump ship.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
with you. But at the same time, you could use a nice O-lineman to replace Trent when he goes.
But on the plus side, if there is a silver lining to this, Juwan Jennings,
Oh, dog.
how did he look Sunday?
44
My God.
points and some change?
Yes.
Good
And he's been
Lord.
having this talent. He's just been on the back burner because
The superstars on
Yes.
that team is just too much to overcome.
I think maybe a silver lining is seeing how much talent is on the secondary, on the second string of roster.
yeah, you're talking Jennings, Jordan Mason, not too shabby.
I mean, Jordan Mason, as much as CMC is the front man to this offense, he has he's just filled a nice role in that offense with everybody getting hurt. Solid. He hasn't got hurt yet. Knock on
There you go.
knock on wood.
Copy that.
But like he's been really good. What do you say happens? When do you think they can turn it around? Do you think CMC coming back is the glue that holds this whole team together?
I believe him or Debo.
Can I say one thing? The 49ers defense is like an expensive watch, or their offense is like an expensive watch. Every piece of it needs to be there for it to work. They lose one little gear, that whole thing falls apart. That is exactly what the Niners offense is. That simple. It can't, like an old Ford, man. It can run on 6 cylinders. It ain't running right.
Good comparison.
I'm telling
It
you.
is. It's a great comparison. So, I mean, that kind of wraps up the big major ones that I really wanted to talk about today, just because, we know some of the guys that have came into the year with these injuries. But, man, if you're looking at this list of running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, on your roster right now, in your I started out over an amazing victory over Meth Head Cat. But then I was really concerned with Jordan Love going down. Now, obviously, as a Packer fan, Malik Willis, is an absolute stud.
Absolutely.
He went,
Diamond in the rough, though.
Yeah, I mean, he played his first game. He only been on the roster for 10 days. He went 1 rushing touchdown this past week, 202 in the air, and a 1 passing touchdown. I mean,
Solid.
Look,
And you know what the best part about that is? It was against Tennessee, who gave up on them.
Yeah. That's
I
like a
love that.
catch me back game, oh,
Look what you missed out on.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy puts mayonnaise in his coffee. It's him over me. I get that.
Mayo in the coffee.
Fucking Hellman's boy.
They should just sponsor their shirt,
That's
their
Captain
jersey,
Hellman. Their
just
jerseys,
Captain
yeah.
Hellman's.
Something wrong with it.
C Hellman's next to his jersey. But from the fantasy side, I've been struggling a little bit because I had Jaden Reed, I had Josh Jacobs on the roster. So I'm now 1-2 in both our redraft and our dynasty league, but our redraft league I had Jordan Love. So it's I almost want to sell the ship and tank and forget about the league, but it's we're only in week 3, and so I think that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
But
3.
But anyhow, let's kind of shout out big name guys.
Speaking on the redraft league.
No, I think we.
Yeah, we got T-Bone is 3-0.
Yes.
T-Bone?
Yeah.
T-Bone.
He's the only person.
Terry.
Hair.
You're 3-0. Good job, bud.
3-0, like your Steelers.
Good for him.
Man,
good for you.
I know we gave him crap this, in our drafting and all that stuff. We kind of gave him some crap, but that man 3-0. I mean, now it's come at a little bit of some teams that were big powerhouse teams have been playing each other in the first 3 weeks, but when we look at all of our, the GGL, we'll get into it deeper later, but the GGL is quite a very much
Go ahead.
it's a tight league.
And there was trades made.
I don't
Two
want
of them.
So let me preface this by saying,
If you only hear about one of them, it's because Preach cut one out.
uh,
I'm going to say that multiple times so he can't.
who says I just can't cut it out? Let's start with the one trade.
Let's start with the big one. So let's just preface this by saying Preacher got taken to the cleaners once. Sean got taken to the cleaners once.
Yes.
My hands are clean. Okay? So,
I don't like this.
Preacher decided.
Anyhow, we're
to
going to
send the
continue
trade.
on. Next
sent the
trade.
he sent the trade over to Jonathan over here. He said, quote, I sent it as a joke. And I said, well, you'd send something better than that. And that trade was Preacher gets J.K. Dobbins. I said, ooh, it's a good pickup. Who do you have to send to get J.K. Dobbins? Sean, do you want to take it away?
It was Olave and Montgomery.
Both of them?
Yes.
For just J.K. Dobbins. And then we were all on the phone together at work, and he fell asleep. Wild. Anyway, so Sean, after feeling all big man about finally getting his team back, because remember, he sold his team to get Justin Jefferson. Remember. So he's now just made his team back minus J.K. Dobbins. So Sean walked away the winner. Now, the next trade. Here comes Sean getting absolutely just steamrolled. Sean said, I want Laporta from the worst team in the league. He said, Gil, let me get Laporta. And Gil said, okay, you send me Evan Ingram, Zach Moss, and Rashid Shaheed, and you can get Laporta. And Sean was like, okay. So he went and fucked his team again. There's 2 trades. So if you didn't hear 2 trades, that means Preacher cut it out. And I will be reminding us later in the episode.
No, I'll leave it in.
You promise?
I promise. I'll leave it in.
Do you swear on your pretty blue cup here?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, yeah, so there's been crazy dumbass trades going on.
I'm sure there'll be more to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Terry's the only one 3-0. Nobody is 0-3, but there's a lot of us, including myself and Preacher and Sean, I think. Are you?
I can't remember.
Yeah, we're all 1-2.
From 5 down in our league is 1-2.
Crazy.
So
it's
Are people knocking on T-Bone's door to trade with them?
I don't think T-Bone's in a position where he wants to trade at this
Terry?
point. Terry?
Are you
Trade?
Are you trying to trade?
Absolutely not.
Oh shit!
Wow.
He's back.
He's here?
All right. Hell
All
yeah.
right. Hey, no, I think I really meant that trade to be a joke, but sometimes hey, look, sometimes when you put things out to be a joke, they take advantage of you. And it just happens. So anyhow,
no, joke trades are the other way around.
You
it says, I want Josh Allen and I'll give you J.K. Dobbins for it. That's a joke trade.
It's okay. But Sean did trade away people, so it's okay. Also, that trade that Sean made with Zach Moss in it, that would have been the difference maker really between Gil going 0-3 to being 1-2.
Yes, he got very lucky trading for Moss.
Because he would have had Jerome Ford, right?
Yes, which got him 10.
Or he would have had Austin Eckler, which would have been 13-7, which would have lost him by about 5 points.
And he still doesn't have Nick Chubb on his pup, on his IR.
Why doesn't he have him on this?
I don't know. Gil, you've been playing football since longer than I've been alive. Grow up.
Anyhow, so let's go back after we got all this trade stuff going down. Let's go back to the actual NFL Week 3. Let's talk about some big guys, big games. Let's start out with Malik Neighbors, because Malik Neighbors makes Danny Dimes.
Makes him look almost okay.
He looks like Patrick Mahomes, maybe a little bit.
Well, you know what? Current Patrick Mahomes, he looks like dog shit.
Exactly. So
you know
same
what? I'll
thing.
give you that.
And so Malik Neighbors.
Dude, the 2 catches, the 360 at the sideline, nasty.
Dude's unbelievable.
He caught the dude's right on dude's head, right on his forehead. He said, "This is my ball, stupid." Look,
I get it, bro.
If that was
nasty.
If that was anybody else, that would have been a pick.
that 100%. Like if that's not a Jefferson, a Chase, a Lamb, that is a pick. That's game over.
Anything else?
Neighbors will be top 10 next season.
First round pick.
Absolutely.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon, told you from the beginning.
You did tell us from the beginning. Now, We're getting into the time of the season where Saquon
Grow
has
up.
his annual.
Preach.
Not on the MetLife turf.
But I mean, Saquon, he's just been been lights out.
Bonkers, man.
What say you about Saquon?
What is there not to say? Catch, run, does whatever you need, pass blocks pretty well. That he's just having a career year. He is going to finish RB1. Simple, hands down.
Saquon's currently overall number 1.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Thanks, Tara.
Thanks, Tara. I also was looking this up. Week 1, Saquon, 24 for 109 with 2 tutties. And had 1 receiving touchdown. Ranked RB1. Week 2 was 22 for 95, 0 touchdowns across the board. Was still ranked 9th in the league for running backs. And this past week, 17 for 147, 2 touchdowns, no receiving touchdowns, still RB1. That is 2 33-point games in this season. Now, they play your Bucks, Tampa. We'll get into the predictions.
Sketchy.
They're on the board already for Thursday night's matchup. We'll get into them, obviously, on our Saturday show.
Yes.
But, so the next couple set of games, we'll go from 4 to 8. We'll do the next 4 because they have a week 5 bye.
Yeah.
They play Tampa,
Yep.
Cleveland, the Giants, Cincinnati, and that's 4 through 8. Now, the Browns' defense looking solid. Cincinnati,
Terrible. Awful.
the Giants,
Good God, bad. They're bad, too.
Tampa.
Right now, they're bad. We
So-
made the Broncos look like a really
The
good
Browns
team.
just let Montgomery run all over them.
Well, it's Montgomery. He runs
yeah.
all over anyone.
I mean,
He's a thug.
I guess the question is
Next year, or next week, this week, I should say, I'm sorry, with the Bucks, he is going to feast.
do we
Plain
think
and simple.
that the next 4 games, I might throw out this number, do we think that he can perform top 30 points or more the next 4 games?
At least one of them, minimum. And it'll be against my Bucks.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. No Vita Vea absolutely ruined our defense with the no Antoine Winfield Jr. Our defense is held together with tape and glue. We don't have our starting right end, Kalijah Cansey. He was hurt all last season, too. I'm already smelling some not good things about that guy, but here we go.
And I didn't mean Montgomery. I meant Singletary this past Sunday.
Oh, yes. But it's just not. It's not good. He is going to make a meal out of our defense. We're in trouble.
I wish I would have been on the train with you from the beginning of the year.
A lot of
'cause
people do.
You know what? If I could have done it over again, I would have kept the 1-1 and went Saquon Barkley, actually.
And people would have called you dumb for it, too.
Yeah, and then it would have been like, look at me now, you know. But, you know,
Chris Brown said that.
right. Look at me now.
Same way with Jefferson. Everyone's
Busta
letting
Rhymes was
Jefferson
on that
drop.
song. Anyway, so off of Saquon is another guy I was super high on. Derrick Henry. He is now here. He's put the crown on. He's came to feast too. That 30-point game. Me and Sean said, I don't remember if you did or not, but if you did, include yourself. Me and Sean said the game against Dallas, he was going to feast, and by God, he did. So, 30 points. He had 25 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a reception that went for
The way
23.
to exploit Dallas is their run game.
Absolutely.
Can you pull up their schedule? Who's like their next 3 opponents?
I just know that the Cowboys defense got -6 last week, and that's something that should be studied.
The Ravens?
No, the Cowboys.
The Cowboys, please. Because the boys, it's...
Giants, Steelers, Lions, Niners.
Let me tell you something right now. I don't know if Pittsburgh is running like they have the past couple of years with Najee and Warren. I haven't heard too much. But Devin Singletary on the Giants have been putting up solid numbers. He's been in the teens every single week. Gotta love it. So he's gonna. Yeah, the Cowboys are screwed running game because
One of them got banged up Saturday. One of the Steelers' backs.
I think it was Warren. Tara, do you have any clue what Steeler running back got banged up?
It was Najee Harris and he's fine.
Oh, shit! I was wrong. Thanks, Tara. I was wrong.
I'm gonna find Terry real quick. Is he here?
I think he is. Air?
Yeah, go ahead.
There? Terry, I know you're here somewhere. Your Steelers are 3-0.
What say you?
Do you think they make the playoffs this year?
Yep,
Undoubtedly.
without a doubt.
I'm with Harold.
I'll even go as far as saying they win the division.
Starting off 4-0 is a way to do that.
It is.
But Brandon, they're only 3-0. Yeah, wait for Saturday's episode. They're 4-0.
Preview.
I would not put it past him with that defense.
You know, I know he didn't necessarily have a big game, but I do want to talk about Justin Fields because Justin Fields
Dog.
looks
so
like
good.
it was he just needed a pace of change, and the Steelers have pace.
Change of pace.
Yes,
Come on back now. Flag yourself.
I'll flag myself. But yeah, no, he looks really good with that Steelers offense. I mean, they definitely are going. We already said it. They're going 4-0.
They're going 4-0.
But let's go to a guy that Sean was really high on.
Look, so here's a guy.
Who's this?
Do you remember was it the first episode or the second episode where he was like, I'm high on Kyron Williams?
Yes!
You're going to blow the mic out.
Went off this past weekend against my Niners for 31 points.
Good
3
Lord.
tutties.
I didn't even see that. I'm glad I didn't face him in fantasy, big dog. In none of my 4 leagues did I face him.
Yeah, you played me, and I played him
I don't think I
in the garbage bowl.
tapped that ass in the garbage
Yes.
bowl. So
Kami Fairborn.
Kiami Fairburn. Anyway,
Anyhow, Josh Allen had a big game this week,
Yes.
finally.
hot take.
Yeah.
Best quarterback in the league. Hands down. No competition.
I think that's accurate.
Not Patrick Mahomes, not Lamar Jackson. It is Josh Allen, best quarterback in the league, hands down. I thought he was at his best when he was running. Him as a pocket passer against that bomb-ass Jacksonville defense.
Oh, Jacksonville's garbage, dude.
Dude.
I don't know what's up with him.
He was
Trevor Lawrence?
He was piecing them up and down that field, throwing to anybody that has hands. He could have made Kadarius Toney catch a ball.
So what you're saying is he's better than DiNucci.
I didn't say of all time. But in the league currently, Josh Allen, by far the best quarterback in the league. This is his MVP season. No competition. I don't give a fuck about fantasy points. I do not care. I am talking stats, the way he runs his offense with having no certified weapon. Best quarterback in the league. He's taken over the place of Mahomes. I do not care. I am unapologetic.
Okay.
I like it.
Dallas Goedert?
Look,
As everyone benched him,
dude,
he goes off.
that's what's crazy is because I really like Dallas Goedert as a player. But he's almost like in a Kittle role. He's big this week, he's bad next week. Big this week, bad next week. Get that guy some consistency, he would be a top 5 tight end of the league. He is really good.
I mean, and especially this year with how terrible tight ends have been looking.
Mark Andrews.
Ooh,
Travis Kelce.
good Lord.
I mean,
All of
like, I almost
Laporta.
feel like, Sam Laporta's been
No
terrible.
ankle having ass.
And I feel like, if they got him more consistent targets, I
I know next week, if you have Goddard, you better start his ass. If Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown ain't playing, you better start him.
But as soon as they come back, you better watch for his volume to go down.
Absolutely. Then throw him back on the bench and wait for him to get hurt again.
And maybe, do you dare trade him high?
You know what?
Right now?
After next week.
Right. But,
run week 4, sell him high.
Yeah.
Get someone stupid good for him.
Throw out something crazy.
Send him to Preacher. He'll give you Justin Jefferson and Josh Allen for him, probably.
Okay.
Moving on.
Jamar Chase finally showed up.
Yes, we had a Jamar sighting.
We did.
Nobody cares.
Damn!
Still wants to talk about his contract more than
He is a
playing.
crybaby. How did
I don't
T.
care.
Higgins do yesterday? Does anyone know? Because we were waiting patiently on his return.
The only thing that we know right now is Preacher
he
still
got-
mad at Jamar.
3 receptions for 39 yards. He didn't do much of anything. It was his first game
It
out.
is the first game back.
I'll give him a pass. But Joe Burrow looked to be lighting it up pretty good. So it looks like week 4 came early.
Passes.
Yeah, week 3 this year. Zach, you're good old Sharp.
Charbonnet, dude. 25 points from a backup running back. Let's just be real here. You can't ask for anything more than that. You're asking for 15, not 25.
Yeah. What we already talked about. Jennings for you. Willis for me. That's obviously, huge things for both of us, big weeks. And I think that's going to continue, to be honest with you. I think that, spoiler alert, I take the Packers over the Vikings. I think
It's going to be a good game.
that's going to be a great game. But I think Willis might do it again. 20-some points. If he's on your waiver wire, I know this will come out on Thursday. But if he's still a free agent come when this episode drops, pick him up.
I get that.
So let's talk about a team that they're pretty terrible.
What one? There's 4 that I can think of.
Jacksonville.
Awful. They're so bad. What happened?
It really is.
I think all they need, though, is a coaching change. Get some fresh faces in there. Change the scheme up a little bit. Let your players cook. Because I think that is the problem.
Urban Meyer?
Excuse me? No.
Don't go down
let
that route
happen.
again.
Don't let that happen again, please, Lord. Call Belichick. Call Vrabel. They're at home doing nothing. They're doing nothing. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
What?
Same thing with the Bucks. I know we already talked about your bum asses, but get the Bulls the fuck out of there. Sick of it. Belichick sitting at home. We're gonna run the
Let's talk about your Bucks here too.
I don't want to.
Well, okay. Is that all you want to say there? I guess.
No, it's fine. Talk about it.
Well, I mean,
I'll stand back here and sulk
the Bucks shown promise,
like a fucking 12-year-old.
and now it's kind of like this past week. Have they shown their true colors?
Rookie.
Is this where they stand for the next couple weeks?
Rookie quarterback. Rookie quarterback. I'm happy we beat Jaden Daniels week 1. We can't beat rookie quarterbacks, and I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. You're going to have Bo Nix run all over you, make you look stupid. We stopped them on the same exact 3rd down 3 fucking times. There was 4 flags called. I'm mad. I'm like, dude, 2 of them was offsides on us. 1 of them was an illegal hands to the face. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
And then it did not get called?
No, they all got called.
Oh.
And that's the thing. It just kept repeating the 3rd down. We stopped them, stopped them.
Unlike the Kyle Pitts no call.
Look, I try
Let's
not to...
not bring the Chiefs and the refs. You know what?
No, let's bring it.
Let's bring it up. First off,
We're not getting paid. Fuck the refs.
yeah,
Anyway, I try not to get into them kind of conspiracies. But good Lord, The refs are just handing the Chiefs W's. And speaking of the Chiefs, this week, who do they got, Preacher? Do you know?
They're going to win. That's all I can tell you.
Well, let me tell you. It's the Chargers. Derwin James just got suspended for how many games? It's 1. Chiefs week. Grow the fuck up, guys. You're not even hiding it.
It's the script, man.
I'm still not on the script game. I can't get that nerdy. But what I can say is either A, someone's padding the refs' pockets, or B, they just can't stand the thought of the Swifties crying. I don't know.
Bro, I've been saying it since last Super Bowl.
I hear you. It's unreal.
It's wild.
The other, you know what? Let's kind of trail off of that because everyone's mad about that.
Look, I think with the Kansas City Chiefs,
God.
I think maybe, and this is I hate saying this.
Oh boy.
Why don't we just let them three-peat?
It's gonna happen at this point.
Because you know what? Let them three-peat. Let's just have Travis Kelce retire because he's going to three-peat. He's already got his girl. They're going to walk off in the sunset. He already looks like he's gained weight. He's not.
You're calling him fat?
No, he's just not.
I call Keenan Allen fat.
He's not peak
3 times.
Travis Kelce.
That mustache.
So that mustache.
It's weighing him down in the front.
It definitely is. He just looks like he doesn't care anymore. He's just there. Let him get a third title. Let him, three-peat. Just let him leave. And you know what? We can go back to normal football. Or, you know what they can actually do?
Oh, no.
You know what people can actually do? They can actually grow a pair and start beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Because I'm daggum tired of the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
I think, was that a half a grand rant?
Yes.
I love that.
Because, look, Kansas City Chiefs, literally, they look like they're just out there just playing a little backyard football. Just like,
They look
we
like
don't,
shit.
It's hard
we
to
don't
beat them.
care.
It's hard to beat them with the refs on their side.
Well,
I mean, the fucking
know
guy
that.
was bear hugging Pitts Sunday.
We know
He was literally bear hugging him.
I'm going to blow the mic out.
Yeah.
It's-
Whoa, Sean.
You knocked the damn whiteboard over.
if you go back and watch replay.
My helmets are
He
there.
was bear hugging Pitts and no call.
I seen a push myself,
Well, it was
but
a.
irregardless.
I mean, he did say no homo, so it was fair game.
no diddy. He said no diddy, no baby oil here. No 100,000 bottles or
I
whatever
can't
it
stand
was.
them cocksuckers, dude.
Yeah, I can't stand Diddy either.
No.
Something wrong with it.
Anyhow, let's get off the Chiefs comments. Anything else on the Chiefs before? I know I went on a little mini grand rant. You're getting fired up over there.
Carson
All
Steele had-
all we have to do is go back to last year's Super Bowl.
One last thing. PETA's mad at Carson Steele for having an alligator as a pet.
Oh,
Continue. Let's roll.
so I want to talk about a team that actually has a rookie quarterback
Ew.
that did beat your Bucks yesterday.
You're making me relive this twice, you fucking dickhead.
No. Listen,
Got me wanting to cry.
Jaden Daniels.
Oh.
What an absolute stud
Yeah.
in his
Dude.
rookie year. I mean,
I knew he was going to beat the Bengals, baby.
that
Speaking
is,
about that, what about our record?
you're still up one.
Still up 1. That means I went 50-50, he went 50-50, and Sean went negative.
Again.
Sean, you got to fix that. Bro.
Yeah.
You got to start picking the
We'll get it
Seahawks.
together this weekend.
Anyway.
Anyhow, but Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, they're looking pretty decent team.
Offensively.
Defensively, need some work.
Awful.
I will say this. I watched them that game last night. Daniels has got to learn to start sliding or he's going to end up like RG3
You're right.
because he's taking way too many hits. That's
so-
just last night.
Very true.
So dangerous, dude.
Very true. I mean,
And it's almost like he's the same build as If you remember RG3 coming in his rookie year,
Yeah.
they're almost like the same build.
I miss RG3 in the booth.
Yeah, so do I.
Anyway.
ESPN fired him. Let's get him on here.
RG3, I know you watch. Join the Goons. I'll
Yes.
give you my seat. I'll move out the way.
whoa.
RG3?
How generous
That
of
dude's
you.
hilarious.
Yeah, I
I love
he's
that
great.
guy.
How much do we want to talk about the Cowboys real quick?
They're dog shit.
I
Apparently.
don't know,
And I've already called the front office. I did this off camera. Sorry, guys. I should have did it on camera, but I called the front office, talked to Mike McCarthy.
Big Mike?
I did. I was like, hey, fat fuck. Just so you know, CD Lamb is on your team. Top 3 receiver in the league. Maybe in them critical downs, you could throw him the fucking ball. I only have him in 4 leagues. So.
I traded you for him.
Terry, you're
Oh,
a
yeah,
little...
I forgot. 3 leagues. My bad, Terry.
Terry, you're a little aggressive.
I mean, remember in that trade, I got Bajan and Mike Evans for CD? That was dope. You remember?
I think it's relevant enough. We bring this little topic up real quick. Just
Bring it
get
up.
sidetracked.
Bring it up. I love getting
how
sidetracked.
Terry drafted Bajan in every draft. Then a
No,
week later,
no.
traded up.
No, the redraft, he didn't in the redraft. But in the other...
He drafted
2
him in
leagues.
3 out of 4.
Yes.
2 out of 3.
3 or yes, 2. Yeah, 3.
2 out of 3 traded him in the 2.
Yeah.
One of them was a dynasty.
I don't know what
2 of them was a dynasty.
Do we ever know what come of that little meltdown between CD and Dak on the sideline Sunday?
No, but I hope.
I would love to know what was said.
Like I said, I called Mike, and
Did he say anything? Or
he didn't say a word. I think it was a voicemail, but he
okay.
tricked me. It was one of them like, "Ha, I got you!" Like
Yeah.
after I was talking.
Oh, okay.
Fat bastard.
Do we
You
want...
miss him on your Packers, don't you?
No, I like LaFleur. I believe in LaFleur.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I don't know who that is.
Who is he?
Anyway, keep on going.
Creech believes in the Colts guy.
No, I don't. Wait, we're getting off the rails, man. We haven't even got to Thursday's matchup.
All right, let's bring it. Well, this episode's probably already 40
It's already
minutes.
42 minutes.
All right, sorry for the long episode. I'm not sorry. I don't give a fuck.
Thursday matchup: the boys versus the Giants. Cowboys, Giants. 8:15 on Prime.
This is going to be a really nice cornerback wideout matchup to see. Trayvon Diggs against Malik Neighbors.
I know it's a Thursday night game, but fire up Neighbors. Neighbors is a must start from here on out.
I agree. I do agree. You got to take your lumps with him.
I think this game is an interesting game from the fact that Cowboys defense
Good God.
has been terrible.
They had the first week was good.
Their rushing is terrible.
Terrible.
Their offense is only reliant on their passing game. The Giants are a terrible offense on the metrics side, 22nd in the league. Their defense is middle
Mediocre.
of the road.
Mid, bro.
Passing Neighbors has shown the passing game to be there, but Neighbors, if he gets shut down, this is an interesting matchup from the fact that if Neighbors can still go off on this terrible defense and they can't shut him down, I think Neighbors could have a big game in this one.
I'll tell you why I think he'll have a decent game. I'm not saying, over 20. I'd like to say high teens area. Devin Singletary. They can't shut down any type of run. Right. And Devin Singletary has been very solid every single week. We're going into week 4. He's put up, I think it was 13, 16, and 18. Can you ask more from a running back spot?
If you watch the past 2 weeks and you watch Cowboys, definitely fire up Singletary Thursday night.
He will more than likely go over 20 points. They can't stop the run.
No.
So I say fire up Singletary, fire up the Giants offense. Obviously, no one has Danny Dimes. If you do have Danny Dimes on your team, you're a shitter. But fire up anyone that you can possibly have that's on that Giants team. Fire them up. Give them a shot.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that happens? Cowboys decide to figure it out this week. I mean,
Yeah, and then it's kind of like the Saints-Eagles last week. No one saw that coming.
Right. So we all have the boys, right?
Absolutely.
In this one, even though we just said
The offense of the boys is powerful. Like I said, the phone call to Mike McCarthy. He's going to listen to that voicemail.
Okay.
He's going to get CD fired up. CD's going nuclear.
Sean?
I called it last week, but I'm going again.
Yeah, I still think, Dallas's offense it's pretty lethal.
Yeah. Even
When
without
it's
the run
clicking,
game.
even with their whatever happened last week, that was last week between Lamb and Prescott. They got it figured out.
They need to fist fight.
I think they'll bounce back.
well,
I think Dallas's big problem is their defense.
I mean, obviously they definitely need some help, and then they need to figure out the running game.
They need a running game. They need to trade for someone, pick someone up.
I mean, I think they need to go get somebody.
Remember when they could have got Derrick Henry for $8
Right.
million and
Right.
they said
Yeah.
he couldn't afford him?
Right. I mean,
Jerry
But-
Jones is a fucking bum.
as
Bomb
the
owner.
Ravens just beat them.
Rico Dowdle.
I'm not firing up Rico Dowdle. I have no faith in him. I have
No, I'm
faith
talking
in him.
I'm talking about Cowboy, not fantasy perspective. I'm saying Cowboys. Like, are you looking? At
I'm going to have to try something new.
Like, I mean, you
It's just not working.
You have to figure something out. You're in week 4. You can't let this go too much farther because I think one of the biggest problems with CD Lamb is there is no running game.
Yeah.
And you know that it's going to CD Lamb.
What does the run game do?
It
opens
opens
up
the
the
pass
pass
and vice versa.
Yeah.
But in this case,
So-
the vice is not
dumbest
versa.
Jerry Jones this summer said, let's save money. We'll bring Zeke in, not Henry.
That's the dumbest move anybody. Derrick Henry lives in Dallas. That's where he bought his home. He has a home in Dallas.
They're dumb. They dumb.
Ooh.
They dumb. So anyhow, so the boys. We're going with the boys.
We're
this
going
week.
boys because I have too much faith in CD Lamb, even though he's fucked me.
The last meeting, the boys won this matchup 49-17. Completely different teams at that point. Last year, or 2023. So, yeah, last year was completely different teams. But 49-17. So, if you love watching on YouTube, make sure you like,
Yes.
comment, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, make sure you rate us and vote on the poll.
Absolutely.
We love the poll. We love interactions with you, and this is
And we post polls on Facebook, too.
yeah. This is episode 20. Follow us on Facebook. We literally reshare just memes of
love
different
it.
accounts. It's crazy. It's
It
fun.
might be me.
It may be you. But, yeah, so, we don't have anything else, so I'm Preach.
Sean O'Mac.
And I'm Brandon, and this is us, the Gridiron Goons, at the Gridiron Goon Studio. And remember, Thursday Night Football starting to suck ass. This is your week.